Define yourself. Will you impact the future? Will you lead the pack? Will you engage the world? Will you find the cure? Will you be the hope? So, will you? Come see how St. John students are changing the world every day. Visit us today.
Hello everybody, I hope that break did you wonders, because I know it did me. The last match definitely got my adrenaline pumping. Had to make sure I get my daily dose of coffee even though I don't drink it. However, the caffeine still runs into my blood, metaphorically speaking. I'm still your play-by-play caster using the underscore intel here, joined by Kilo Miles, and we've got St. John's versus Arlington. And honestly, I'm more scared to see these matchups than anything.
Yeah, these are, well, this is a test. This is a gatekeeping, because you can see St. John's, they've been an institution in the EGF. They've got, I mean, I don't want to hype them up as the Mr. L team, but that is one of their main components. But they have a ton of other consistent players, namely Titco coming in here on the Pikachu. However, UT Arlington is a thus so far undefeated new Titan in the EGF. We'll see if they can continue that reign here or if St. John's puts them in their place.
Already seeing it. The Gallows come in as Beastly is looking to get as much damage in the close quarters against this Pikachu. We're still not even eventually able to hit with the side jab, but still having to play kind of a good job making sure they play more underneath to the side of the Pikachu. They don't really have the setup to,
Yeah, ooh, that's a nice spike though. It gives you a little bit of breathing room as Beastly attempts to, get a little bit of an edge guard. Titco knows to immediately go for the high recovery, but they get called out right there. Titco going down to stock. Now, this can be a very difficult matchup because the Thunder Jolts make it, well, where the magnet and the speed at which it comes out nullifies a lot of Pikachu's confirms. It's very hard to get Thunder confirms. The T-Jolt into grab, you can't really just be throwing that out. And even though, obviously, if you overuse magnet, it can be punished, it's a lot less punishable than a lot of other absorption mechanics. As, they roll right on through that up smash right now. Titco even heals up a little bit. That's what I was talking about. And they miss the drag down as well. This could be a very detrimental matchup to start out.
PK Fire is very impressive when it comes down, and especially the side smash to finish off the Pikachu. Poor Tico is going to be struggling.
Ooh, and here we go. This Titco playing the center stage. You want to at least get one stock off the board. Make sure you don't start a runaway train right now, because UT Arlington, I mean, even though St. John's has the players in reserve to make things up, you don't want to make it too hard. You don't want to, well, be a sort of burden on your team as there.
It definitely
Just a very high... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Definitely have to give a little bit more respect. I mean, we just see the incoming of the Nest, though, getting those tiny jabs. It's not a pure confirm. And, well, the Nest is going to have a good chance to get back on the stage. The Pikachu actually helps.
Yes, now, they just even, that was good. After you get hit by a multi-hit enough times, Okay, you're able to survive for just a second. Up throw gonna kill. Finally, you get a stock off the board. Now, maybe the back air at low percent could set up a Gim situation, and Pikachu with lingering spikes can do a lot, but how are you gonna get him off stage if you can't even find that back air? Up air chains? No.
They'll have to be, it's just really hard. The Pikachu not really getting that room at all, and, well, it looks like that trade knocking only one side higher into the air, especially when Beastly is doing a great job of eating these tiny thunder shocks. The poor Pikachu being hit by what makes it strong will eventually be sent out, and look, that's a 2-stock right there.
And this right here is probably not Pikachu's worst matchup, but it's a Pikachu matchup that is notoriously bad as you can see why. If you try and go high, you can get stuffed out by that PK Thunder. Try and go low, Ness can easily, one of the few characters who can kind of consistently edgeguard Pikachu, and if you go on the stage, then Ness is a slippery little kid who can get right on top of you. Now, this was also a lot of Beastly calling out jumps. I think like 2 of their kills were with just really powerful jump call outs with back airs. However, it's not entirely unwinnable. Like, this isn't unwinnable like some matchups like Game & Watch. Like, that feels really rough for Pikachu. This feels like a little more doable, but it's still so brutal.
Next matchup, gonna have to see how that Pikachu works. You know, if my microphone is deciding to work pretty consistently instead of throwing itself off the edge, similarly to how we saw that Pikachu just not being able to land.
Yeah, completely unable to land at times. It really did feel like, I mean, you don't think of Pikachu as a character who can be juggled, and there are ways around that. You can use an aggressive quick attack down. That can sometimes do the trick. And also, sometimes stalling out up there is not the worst option if you're confident in your aerial drift to avoid that PK Thunder.
And I mean, I just feel Ness has those capabilities to absolutely throw you around, and it's definitely going to make sure that, well, the Pikachu, more often than not going to be able to, well, I guess zone as confidently, even if Pikachu is as versatile as a character as one can get.
Yeah, probably the most versatile character, and I think that is why this matchup feels so bad for Pikachu, because it's less being completely invalidated and more just some of your tools just don't work. Some of your key tools that make Pikachu the best in the game, or in some people's minds anyway. Like, you can't use Thunder Jolts willy-nilly. You can't use Thunder willy-nilly. You can't fish for a lot of the confirms you do with other characters. You can't edge guard like you do with other characters, because, well, you can. If you mess up, you might just die to an untechable at 40. Like, you need to play a very different game, and Pikachu just falls down the tier list without all those different tools. And against Ness, it can be very rough, but we'll see if there's a bit more adaptation. Yeah, they're just getting right off that character, and I don't blame them.
I absolutely agree, as we're just seeing poor Lucina just looking, well, not poor Lucina, more just the poor Ness having these issues now in the close quarters, especially when we're seeing Tico very much look for these sides, though being caught in the air is going to be a major weakness moving forward.
Ooh. And do you remember earlier we saw, I think, Cranberry against the Ness, and they were using these hitboxes to demolish the fact that the Ness was not ready to deal with the disjoint after not having to play a disjointed matchup just one set ago. So now,
still having to be incredibly careful. I mean, Beastly is still dangerously low, and it just seems one good side swipe is going to be knocking them off. However, Beastly is going to be looking to just try to force them more into the air and definitely set up for these PK Thunders. A beautiful, almost Uno reverse card. But look at that, Nico's going to be able to return back.
Yeah, now, ooh, I love that little poke right there. They're really good at the footsies and never overcommitting. I was talking about earlier how Lucina is a lot of non-committal stuff. Down tilts, drift back forward air, drift back nair. That is your bread and butter. And then when you see the opening, that's when you go in with the aggressive, flowing like water gameplay. As now you have them off stage, this is where the aggression begins, as it's even so far.
Definitely agreed, though. Look at the poor soul, the Lucina just trying to consistently stay on. But it almost seems that once they miss their attack, it's a quick punish. Not going to be able to get that edge guard, so having to move back on the stage with a grab. Not going to be looking good, getting comboed with the PK Thunder. Now with one big knock, this may cause a stock once they re-land, but it just seems they're both very scared.
Yeah, fishing for this down tilt right now, hoping to set up a tech situation that you can just immediately down smash out of. That's Lucina's main confirm. But landing right on top of Ness with all those anti-airs, I mean, the up smash is a little committal, but it's still gonna hurt.
Absolutely agree, but even then, just look how scared Beastly has to be, just barely getting back onto the stage and having to respect the opponent. It's going to be one side dance just to try to knock them out, but I guess, you know, Beastly is not looking to end it up as quick as we think. Still, though, not really being able to do too much, and gets caught out from the shield.
That is a very strong call out right there, but I guess they were sensing an aggressive option. A good read from Titco right there. But now they've got to try and land. If they're able to land, they can reset to neutral and maybe get that spacing game they were playing earlier started, but they can't quite get to the ground. Finally, they get to a nice situation where they can juggle a little bit, but almost immediately Beastly resets it.
Yep, Tico is at the back foot, really needs to rely on getting the classic Lucina hits, but is very much struggling. Drops the shield a little early, and though dodging the PK Thunder to be able to return back onto the stage, the Ness is still looking to counterplay, hit it once more, and just barely being able to make it in. The Yo-Yo is the one that takes it out. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it looks like gracefully Beastly gonna be able to take that round.
And Beastly kept that clean, kept that polished. You saw right here, they were doing so well, just exploiting them, making them feel uncomfortable. And you know what people want to do when they are uncomfortable? They want to get somewhere safe. Where safe? Center stage. If you're able to get that mentality going in players where all they want to do is just get back to a neutral, get back to an advantage state, that they're willing to do some, frankly, almost super overcommittal options like roll forward straight through you, right on top of you, that's when you can find some big damage.
I mean, you're just right, though. In the end, I gotta say, I think the Ness just had a little bit of a higher edge, especially sticking onto the character, not needing to try to change styles or try to adapt. It was just more of playing what you were good at, and, well, they thrived on it.
Yeah, they certainly did, and, well, they are going to get an early lead on the board for UT Arlington. Again, against a team that has been, I mean, I'm looking at their records right now. A couple undefeated players. And even if they're not undefeated, they still went, like for example, some people 8-0. 8-0!
Yeah.
That means they started and they didn't drop anything last year.
Curry wouldn't be one of them, right?
What?
Is Curry one of them?
Curry is not one of them.
Okay, because, you know, I'm getting, you know, you got me nervous if players haven't even dropped, and we already know our next players, which is Curry and I do believe EJJ.
Now, EJJ.
If they throw out someone as big as undefeated very early on, I'm gonna just cry.
EJJ, the picture of consistency, in my opinion. They don't always win, but they always keep it close. They play two very consistent characters as well, Diddy Kong and Rob. Both of them fantastic in the neutral, fantastic at fishing for openings and then riding them all the way home. Now, I mean, that's true for a lot of the top tiers, but for them in particular, Diddy is amazing at controlling the ground game, forcing you to shield with that banana, and then jumping in with that flying command grab, the monkey flip. Meanwhile, Rob, I mean, Rob is big, blah, 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 blah. But also, Rob can kill you with a touch of death at literally any percent from anywhere at the stage at times. Like, that's what it feels like when you play against them. You get the wrong DI on one combo starter, you might just be dead.
I mean, you said it very perfectly. You know, that's what wiped the smile away from my face, though. A possible monkey o'clock, that's what the time may look like, and that gets me excited because you're absolutely right, especially the usage of the banana. Players are incredibly creative with it, whether you're using it to stop an opponent from being able to follow up on an attack or make them have to second guess how they engage, and it's basically a mind game when it comes down to the Diddy, and I'm excited to see how that basically counter plays, especially when it comes down to their opponent. On a map like PS2, I think it'll be very front forward and more onto the player's utility than anything else.
Okay, and well, Curry, I do remember from last week, was an Incineroar player who did win. However, that is going to be very tough. We saw how much Incineroar struggled in the slower matchups, the projectile-based matchups. Remember Incineroar versus Wii Fit earlier?
Oh,
imagine Incineroar versus Diddy.
Oh, you're right. And I mean, Diddy's own ranged abilities, I mean, the Coconut Cannon may not pack a punch, but it is such a good ability to stop that Incineroar from trying to recover, and it could just be a big entry into a spike. That Incineroar definitely would have to be the controller of the lower ground more than anything, and if you're going up against a Rob, I think it's even scarier.
It is going to be the Diddy this time, as there.
Yeah, look at this. It's going to be that Monkey O clock already using that banana as a zoner, able to actually get the counter off on it, but still not going to have a chance to truly use it. The Incineroar Curry needing to be extremely careful, especially with these setups. Able to use the banana, throw it to the other side. The counter is still there, able to get that side beat. Slam, even up the damage, but Diddy is now back.
Hard read on the spot dodge right there, and Curry's going to be paid a lot in that. But, ooh, good use of the side B to go right above the banana in a way that I don't think EJJ was expecting. Either way, though, now they understand that that option is on the table. They'll be careful about spacing near the ledge again, because if they mess up there, if they get spot dodge up smash, then things could be way different. Because even though Curry has won literally 2 neutral interactions, look at the percents. They're pretty much even.
I mean, Incineroar is going to be able to rack up this damage, and the banana is by far the only thing giving the edge for EJJ, but Curry is showing that it really doesn't matter, especially when you're being able to take the banana and use it in your own right. It's just more about confirming and getting a beautiful up smash to be able to take out the Diddy, return it back into neutral, and just respecting a little bit more of that banana usage.
Yes, you can see trying to control this center stage where they know they're not going to get a kill at 0, so instead they're just trying to, losing the revenge at the very last second is going to hurt them a little bit, but hey, it still gave them some nice positioning, catching the banana right there to just let EJJ know that that is an option, that you can't just throw that around willy-nilly, but still.
I mean, look at that, drops down, gets hit by it, isn't able to immediately follow up with the air combo, but manages to land it, hits with the side B. Diddy's off the stage, almost goes for the strike, but not able to land side B, misses out, and well, Diddy's being a rude little monkey as well. You're able to dodge that banana, but still, they are running in your face, trying to pressure you into that zone before it delays out. Luckily, though, Curry's going to be able to escape and look for this setup, although being caught out mid-air is not going to be the bright side.
Ooh, that backbreaker right there is going to put EJJ in a very uncomfortable position. They're going to have to re-grab ledge there, but the banana's in the way. They're not going to fall for that trap right there, as tempting as it may be, because instead you'll just take that grab. Oh, they went very deep for that. Can they even make it back? No!
No!
But I respect the attempt, because that means... Now you've got to win neutral over again, though.
Nah, I definitely agree with you, and, well, winning neutral, I don't think that matters. I just think it's more of how fast can I bump into you. Apparently, very quickly. Curry really just needs to land more of these hits, possibly even that counter to build up that rack damage over EJJ. Using this banana, definitely baiting out, even able to trick the counter using their jump. Though getting slammed off the banana has been the usage all throughout this game, as Curry is now in a dangerous zone, but finally got what they were looking for. Maybe able to rack up this damage and quite possibly with the side B finish the game if this spike or slam does not work.
Yes, ooh, they get another revenge online. This could just be it. Near the ledge? Are they just dead? Curry is able to get the win after EJJ controlled the pace the entire time.
You better listen here, boy. Incineroar takes place in the WWE and is able to hit pretty cleanly. That was EJJ's fault for not respecting the Incineroar. Why we gotta zoom up on this poor monkey? Just being lost.
Oh, he's done. Oh, look at the look of shock. It's just like...
You're about to get Incineroared.
Oh my gosh.
So beautiful. I mean, that's the comeback potential that I really like about Incineroar. And I mean, we called it one of the big points of Diddy that can definitely work in favor of the Incineroar. Even if they weren't winning the low ground game more often than not, it was still incredibly strong.
Yeah, it really was. It really did feel like at the ledge, that was maybe the one and only time Curry overcommitted. And even when you're not overcommitting, you're still getting punished for doing things in neutral. But still, when, for example, I'd harken back to that trap at ledge, where EJJ goes for a ledge regrab, but throws the banana to land right as they regrab ledge. So if you try to run in and punish, you're going to get punished instead. Curry never overcommits. They wait for EJJ to make one little overextension. And even though normally Diddy can get away with flip-flopping all over the stage, EJJ is never in the clear. You're never in the clear when Curry is on the field.
I mean, I agree, and, you know, I don't think Curry will be looking any different. I do, however, feel that Diddy Kong may have a second guessing. Would it be too surprised if we see the swap over to the Rob? And that's just solely because of everything that you said and how dangerous the Rob is going up against the Incineroar. And there's less attacks to really get hit by that counter with, you know, although the beam, quite possibly. Either way, the Diddy Kong, you know, you're very much relying onto the bananas and, well, trying to abuse your opponent. But when Incineroar is in the house, they are making the plays.
You said it, because what a set of plays they were. I mean, in a way, like, Incineroar plays like how I imagine Shoto's play. Like how they only need like one interaction to rack up the damage, and then one interaction to set up for the kill. Sometimes a third one in there slips in, but overall, Incineroar only needs to guess right twice. They can be in disadvantage the entire game. If they get 2 reads, you could be kissing your stock goodbye.
I mean, already a stock almost baited out. It's always scary to see an Incineroar walk off the side of the edge, especially when the banana is clear and prepared, though Curry, now finally getting that sense of what's going on, is ready, takes that banana, throws it to the shield, and is on top of the stage. If it wasn't for the fact that EJJ goes back and grabs it, that could have been a very good zoning moment, but Curry is still not out of it, tries to grab with the side B, only just to be able to make that movement space. The banana still being that threat, landing on top. Curry, though, doing an amazing job of dodging these major hits before they happen, though the grab is very much an undodgeable at times.
Ooh. Yeah, and calling out this revenge a lot of the time. You saw a lot of projectiles in the other game. You called out the peanut gun as something that could be used, and EJJ tried, but it was instantly just revenge fodder. So they're not going to use it as much this time. You don't want to feed the beast. Instead, the beast.
What did you say about the beast?
Yeah.
Incineroar belongs in the WWE. I want to see this collab right now, because I mean, that slam was amazing, and now using the banana to their own usage only gets counterplayed and eventually side smash. A massive punish coming off of the parry. EJ is now going to be looking happy for a little bit longer, though Curry's spending a lot of time now, I think, countering with the banana.
Yeah, they're just holding on to it. They're like, okay, this is my tool now. You have to approach me. I have the lead, as they get the Nair out of shield, but it's parried, and that's a big opening for EJJ to immediately open up the percents. Now you've got a ledge trap going, but landing and catching the banana, that's precision right there. As you send EJJ straight on up, not going to kill quite yet, but you're getting them closer and closer to that 1 read range, and I really think they're in it at this point as you keep them in disadvantage. 106 at the ledge now. This could be a brutal read, as the damage check doesn't quite finish them yet.
It's almost as if the banana is benefiting Curry. I mean, just look at how much they are grabbing it. They are predicting every part of it. And the poor monkey is not going to be able to get as much usage out of it. Now, the utility is lessening as much as they go in. Curry has found the perfect counter, and that's just using their opponent's weak, strong suit against them.
Oh, now here at the ledge. No opportunity to pull a banana, and going for the immediate down tilt is going to be so hard punished with the knee.
Oh, it's just looking a little bit dangerous, especially because that Incineroar is getting close to grab, throwing them far out. Though that banana is there, it has never once been able to benefit because Curry is ready to walk back, grab it, and be more of a menace. Yeah, you have to split your attention as they immediately get back on. And even they managed to use the DP solely just to be able to defend. Poor EJ is not finding any form of confirmation when it comes to these kills anymore.
Darkest Lariat right there has been so impactful as these spot dodges. I guess when you don't have a lot of ways to move out of attacks, you become a master of these defensive options. That's what Curry is. The way they've been going down, and when you have the stock up, that's what they were trying to do earlier. That is the gimp you need as Curry gets the 2 stock over EJJ. And already UT Arlington is looking to run away with this as they are establishing themselves as one of the teams to watch going into the playoffs.
You know, I absolutely love Diddy Kong. I said it earlier within the broadcast, Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong are by far my favorite characters in this game solely because of monkeys. But, I mean, I love doing the Incineroar voice and joke of, like, WWE way more, and Curry definitely felt as if they were putting on a show. I mean, not only was the adaptations of taking that banana away from EJ just absolutely beautiful, but landing that, even if it failed hypothetically, and they lost that stock, they still had a stock above, and it was well worth the risk, and either way, it paid off and looked absolutely shining.
Yeah, it certainly did. Ooh, that is the thing about Diddy Kong. Even though Incineroar's recovery isn't great, they can still go off stage. They've got a long, lingering hitbox, and they've got a decent vertical recovery. I mean, it's kind of limited. You're not going to, like, ride up the side of the stage, but, like, as long as you have your jump, you'll make it back from the blast zone. So, yeah, UT Arlington 10 points up. We still haven't seen some of the real powerhouses from St. John's, but we also... This is my scary. We haven't seen the real powerhouses from UT Arlington either.
That's not the powerhouses? Excuse me?
No. They've still got plenty of other players. Some, again, ranked in Texas. Some I've seen in the finals of tournaments. Like, they are pretty stacked. And they all train together. Texas is a very powerful region that's a little isolated from the rest of the Smash community. So when an online event like this comes around and lets them showcase what's going on there down south, you better be prepared for the Texans, because they always come swinging.
My eyebrows can only go so high in anticipation. Do you understand that? All right, I've got a lot of hair and they can't even go that high up to block it out. So I mean, I'm terrified. If that's just how these standard players are working, then those top players are looking to just go absolutely, I want to say insane, but, you know, I think you'll have better words for it.
Yeah, and this really isn't like... It's not like these players aren't good. It's like, no, they're nothing compared to the captain. No, I think they're pretty much... I mean, it's hard to... Here's the thing. It is hard to comment on their relative skill level comparative to each other, because they've all always done really well against whoever they're playing against. Like, whenever you just see, like, someone just demolishing someone, it's just like... And not that this has been demolishing. These have all been very close. But it's just so tough to gauge, like, the relative skill level, assign skill points, because how do you know? How do you know? You don't see any, like, cross-pollination in matchups. As we're going to be seeing a little more, we're going to be seeing Aloma Mola coming out. And Aloma Mola, they are a team, or they are a player who comes in clutch. When they need, let's say, they are down in points, and all they need to do is they need to get, like, a double 2-stock in order to win the game. Aloma Mola is who they send in on the Joker, going up against the Pikachu. Now, here's the thing. Aloma Mola almost certainly incredibly practiced in the Pikachu matchup because of the, well, prevalence of the St. John's Pikachus.
I mean, we've already got to see a little bit of the Pikachu before, and in new hands, it's already looking a little bit different. That Joker, well, is going to be having a lot of room, and I mean, gets a beautiful grab, isn't able to get a true follow-up, and Smoke is being a threat in its own, but it's a side B that is going to be the shining point with the Joker, not only with the gun. Can't believe that's a sentence, because Pikachu has a tough time truly trying to close that gap, just missing out into the shield, and, well, Smoke, it really just isn't getting too many hits in.
And That isn't good. Like, Incineroar, it's a character you're like, okay, you can see them go 93 pretty much unanswered. That's fine. Only straight hits, that's okay. They'll get one eventually. Unless you have the back air punish game, unless you have the up air bridge punish game, Pikachu isn't as an explosive of a character. I mean, don't get me wrong, still amazing in the neutral, but you need more than just straight hits to win. As you do get that straight hit. Okay, I take it all back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Smoke. I'm sorry.
Put some respect on Smoke's name, the Pikachu. As you said before, allegedly, debatably, is a high tier. And look at that. I can believe it. They didn't even die. That's just one that only the high tiers can truly do, in my opinion. So as we see the Joker wanting to play a little more carefully, isn't really using the down beat to try to eat up these attacks to kind of build up their persona very quickly. More of just trying to be as defensive as possible, able to get the grab, going to be kicking off. Though not having any form of confirmed, even with the recovery, it's surprising to see no form of edge guard trying to be there, as the Pikachu is able to get in this read shift damage, come back in, and then start to defend. Though we do see the persona now up, increasing Joker's own offensive capabilities. They're not finding too much out of it.
Yeah, no, they are not. As there, you get a little more spacing, but you need to find a way to kill. That's not something Joker usually struggles with. Just any move right now will kill. As the late in there does not. Slowly DI towards the corner, and now searching for a forward tilt, dash attack, a back air, anything, but it's so tough right now as they go for another Thunder Spike. Able to DI out of it that time, but oh man, it's getting real dicey.
I mean, this is just impressive. How much do you need to cheat in the game to not be launched off? Joker is a heavy hitter in the Persona mode, and it takes the back air to eventually take it. However, that's at 99, and we saw that Smoke can do more with less, damage on the clock. Luckily, that Persona's coming up for St. John's, meaning that they are going to be having that damage to be able to kind of even it up when necessary, and getting a beautiful setup, getting 62% so quickly.
Yeah, nice little string right there as Smoke, going straight to ledge. Yeah, they don't want to mess with that Arsene too much because one missed space up at B and they're done. Nice dash back to avoid that up smash, as at this point, the Nair out of shield does put a little bit of pressure on Alomomola. They're able to just barely get off ledge into the dash attack. A good punish right there, reaching all the way to punish that Pikachu forward smash and get the drag down smash, and Alomomola's in the lead.
Oh my goodness, that's the change that you need. It's what your opponent did to you. It's time to mirror it, as Smoke is now just trying to confirm this kill as fast as possible because, well, the Persona is the one that's been committing all of this damage, and that's the one that's been the big problem. However, Joker on their own isn't going to be the one to confirm these kills a lot of the time without just a good smash attack. We see it takes just the Pikachu up smash to be able to finish it, but now it's back into the footsies to see who will take the lead.
Who indeed, as Alomomola is struggling to get this one hit in, but they still hold the advantage, and they're actually able to wait it out and shield grab that Nair. Not really, well, unless you cross it up, there's not really a good way to space it. As now, dealing with this disjointed forward air just a little bit, but you've got disjoints of your own. You got that little dagger, and it does work wonders. But those rapid jabs, that's going to awaken Arsene from deep within. Now you've got to deal with that at 92%. The spot dodge sets up for an offstage situation.
Yep, look at that, just trying to break through the Pikachu, and it's more than enough after a mid-air jump. St. John's looking to put some scores on the board, as well as making sure Pikachu is not as loved as before.
Yeah, that was scrappy. For how Alomomola started that out and how I expected their Pikachu matchup knowledge to be, Smoke kept it so close. And finally, I can't believe I'm saying this, finally St. John's has a point on the board. A point. But with how early these stocks are being stolen, I'm sorry, Smoke, for saying Pikachu isn't explosive, but like, you have to have that awareness of your character's limitations. If you're just searching for bread and butter combos and stray hits in neutral, it's not gonna be enough. Yeah, 199.7.
Oh,
we were so close. We were so close.
I mean, that's just impressive. I'll say not the least, not the little. Absolutely. And when going into the second round, I mean, that's going to be helping the momentum, especially since, you know, we now have you have the confidence to know that it's not just a reliance on the persona, but it's just emphasizing how strong the Joker can be. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff right now, as we can see. Smoke recuperating. Definitely a winnable game for them. One back air, one up air would have made all the difference. So there's going to be no swap ups whatsoever. Instead, we're running it over to Final Destination. This is an interesting one. I mean, I guess Pikachu doesn't get as much from the drag down combos on the platforms or the extensions as Joker would, but still.
I mean, I agree, but being on this Final Destination, I think this Pikachu may struggle a little, not having as many defensive spots to be able to jump on. Already, the Joker bringing this into a 92%, launching Smoke into the air, though missing out on the dodges. Well, that's what a dodge is meant to do. Smoke is still really not getting too much, not even with the little Thunder Shocks.
Ton indeed as the back air sets up for an offstage jump is gone. They're going to scoop low, but a nice high tether gets Lomomola back on stage just in time for Arsene to come out.
As they're just looking, doing a great job, wanting to stop, not able to get the frames in perfectly, and with the persona built, there's just so much room. Using that Thunderbolt as an amazing deterrent, stopping Joker from being able to move in. Still though, the neutral itself is able to launch the Pikachu so far off, even using the counter trying to see if that Thunderbolt goes out live. It's gone, and Smoke is looking to abuse the fact that, well, there's not too much to worry about anymore.
And not too much at all. Throwing them off stage. Ooh. At this point, it's once again climbing up in the percent. Smoke is just so elusive. And if you try and go too close to that ledge, you know you're going to get punished as they're able to get the Thunder Jolt into up smash. And
it's a beautiful moment, but that's not that beautiful. Stuck on the edge, having no armor, and just getting sliced, all gone. Not really going to be able to move forward. Now we see the Pikachu getting the setups, almost like a Mario, and the Joker just looking to kind of get these combos themselves. However, the persona is what they're really building up to.
Yeah, but if you're always relying on Arsene to get kills, that can be a problem. Alomomola, however, is not. We've seen them show that they are perfectly willing to fish for those drag down smashes. Drag downs in general, off of an EHA hit, that's something you gotta watch out for. If your jump gets red and you're at kill percent, like you are now, then you're going to probably get dragged down. But if you cover your jump with T-jolts like that, it's going to be a little more difficult to approach.
I definitely agree, but look as quick Smoke is going forward. Looking to be as... Oh no, forgot that Pikachu only had 2 dashes in the recovery, not able to land it. That's gonna hurt in the long term.
Yeah, especially it is. Especially as much as this game has been almost like a siege. It has been blow for blow, trading hits again and again and again. Just these short little bread and butter strings from both these players. Oh, little jab block situation. Not able to get the follow-up. Oh, that side B, though, that's going to be punished. You know Lomomola is not going to let you get away with that one as you're on ledge again, and you get caught out by the EHA. Now they know you really want to get that jump, but they're going to be okay for now. Drag down. They're not dead yet.
I mean, still though, going for the spike, making sure they're keeping their chances alive, though. I still worry for Smoke as that high percentage, once that persona gets up, or even just a simple side smash from the Joker, will cause in the round to be over. And they are just juggling around, trying to be going around. Smoke wants to go for that guard, is going for the risk, and I say it's well worth it if you have to, even getting that Thunder Shot.
That right there could have been it. If that spike connected, Joker might have just been dead. However, Momola, good DI to get out of that. And now you've got Arsene almost there. You need to find the finisher. You can't let it get to 200% again because Smoke has shown that they're getting these stocks so much earlier. Roll forward to that ledge. Can you get it? No, not quite.
This needing to be incredibly careful, but eventually the Joker with the Persona able to find the side and racking up the points. This may not be over for their team just yet.
Alomomola came in clutch. Like I said, when you need the points, when you need the chance to get back into it, Alomomola comes in clutch and doesn't quite tie things up. It's still only 4 points on the board, but that's, well, more than you had a second ago, and it looks a lot more doable than that 10-0 scoreline. 2 more players remain for St. John's to try and find a measure of success, but oh, that T-jolt into the Nair, as I think Alomomola tried to Nair at a hit stun, but nah, those electric moves, they hold you there forever.
I mean, you're not quite wrong, and you know, going in, I think that's something more people may want to pay attention. Oh, wait, no, they didn't have armor. They tried to jump back on the stage.
And oof. Overall, Alomomola, they got, well, I want to say they got a lot of the neutral openings, and I think they did just because I felt like Smoke was just getting a little more off of their punishes at times. However, Alomomola was great at just holding the line, baiting them forward, and getting that strong back air.
I gotta agree, you know, it very much was I think very risky. It was just kind of played on to the timer. Could Smoke kill very fast, or would the Persona get up and give the edge?
Now, Intel, I have a question for you.
Alright.
Are you tired of Pikachu yet?
I'm tired of Pikachu. You know, I'm on the Subspace Emissary right now, so I don't think I really have a choice to be kind of tired of anything. I think it's just getting real intense here. The dimensions are shifting around me as we speak, but to see another Pikachu is surprising. I mean, that's like playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't just another Pikachu, it is the Pikachu in EGF. And I know this gets talked about anytime St. John's is on screen, but this is a player who people save their best player to throw in against just so they don't get 3 stock. This is Mr. L coming in now. Now, here's the thing. Who are they going up against? Yeah. It is going to be Army Ollie coming in. Now, Pikachu versus Olimar. Not a matchup I have seen for a long time. I have not been, I've been keeping up on the USAM DeBuzz matchup, but either way.
I mean, I've played Smash on random at times with friends, and I've never seen a matchup like this. Olimar, a very interesting character as well.
Yeah, no, Olimar is going to be playing this range game, racking up percentage every time you throw out these side Bs. And Pikachu, a lot of good tools to rid yourselves of these Pikmin, and you've got to make use of this strong punish game here, as Mr. L needs to get a ton of points if they want to make things at least pretty winnable. Like, you need to at least get a 2 stock if you want to make things better. It'd be better if you got 2 stocks, but is Army Ollie going to make that easy? No, as look at how much damage they've already racked up.
You know, I agree. It's the reason why Olimar was on the Wii and the Wii U. Very good game. That's something I just wanted to say. Mr. L, though, having to be careful. These Pikmin do different things at the times. And getting a beautiful parry off, making the distance closer, able to get that swipe now. Unable to get the spike, is able to return into the fight, where Army just has the many allies to make sure that no matter what, there is somebody defending themselves.
Yeah, trying to call out this upwards diagonal approach that Pikachu loves to use following the Thunder Jolt with this up smash. However, it hasn't been working out too much as of late. However, they're still just racking up the damage. They make Mr. L feel so uncomfortable anytime they go in, and then they throw out the Pikmin, the purple, the only one with a hitbox to actually interrupt that quick attack. Mr. L at a deficit.
I mean, Army getting that kill is now in their own kill percentage, needing to get a couple more pigment, has one more available, even gets that set up, has the yellow one just to be able, but with the white, that's going to be really strong, especially since this grab is allowing that damage to rack up.
Yeah, it is. Azul dipping way off stage. Army Ollie for the time being. Pressures, looking for that up smash, can't quite find it, but that spot dodge is an invitation in. That's gonna hurt quite a bit.
Definitely agree. They're now both at a very interesting kill percentage, and it seems that the poor pigmen aren't being able to come out due to the small thundershock, though the grab not really going to be getting too much out of it. They are now back into this neutral, just hoping one side to get that smash, but the purple pigmen able to get a very good knockback. However, no big confirms. I still feel Army Oil is getting the better end in this. As well, there's not much the Pikachu can do to try to change this up.
Now, look at how much the percentages have racked up. And just because you linger in the air, you just ate 8% just for not being able to rid yourself of the Pikmin immediately. The down smash, not going to be enough pressure quite yet. Army Ollie, here they go. Oh, but the up air is actually going to be finishing them right there. And then Mr. L, though, needs a huge opening right there. You can see them fishing for a back air. They know what the opening is. Back air, back air, back air. They know if they're getting a big turnaround, it's coming from that back air. But instead, they get grabbed, sent straight up. Did they have a blue there? Ah, yeah, it looks like they did. That increases the throw power so much, but at that percent, did they even need it?
Better safe than sorry, as I'd like to say. Just making sure to jump in, throw their pigment, and then retreat. Solely just to be having that coverage, but we see one fall out. The Pikachu trying to get that air combo. Unfortunately, not being able to land. Still, though, having to juggle against this is incredibly difficult, as we see them more relying on being in the air, while Army is controlling the ground, able to dodge those spikes, those slams, and more than anything, these little thunder shocks.
Ooh, now just jabbing them off stage. Now you have Mr. L with their back against the wall. However, that Pikachu's not going down without a fight, scrapping it out with you. This rat is jumping all over the place. Ooh, quick attacking right on past, but you pick up a little carry along the way. That Fire Pikmin just gonna add in more percent, but Mr. L's not out of this yet. Goes for that aggressive up smash, but it's not gonna be punished because Army Ollie smashed in the other direction.
It's getting incredibly close. The shocks are now landing way more consistent as the pigmen seem to struggle. But as I say that, one gets thrown. And what a slam!
Straight into the blast zone right there. Army Ollie with the finisher. And they have gotten so much off of exploiting Mr. L's high recoveries. Before, they sent out the side B with the Pikmin, interrupting the high recovery before the second blink even came out. That time, they called out, "You're not going to ledge. Hold on. Let me cover both ledge and going high at the same time." No. They were just covering going high. They knew what Mr. L was about.
I mean, I wasn't expecting out of all the Pikmin, the yellow one to help get the spike. I feel that's the rude part, you know? It's another Pikachu, so we see the yellow in, and then you beat them with their own color. I think that's a Chad type play.
Well, yeah, and the yellow is also immune to the Thunder Shocks, so you can kind of just throw it out without worrying about it dying anytime you throw out the Thunder Jolt. However, that doesn't mean they're completely immune to all Pikachu's damage. Either way, though, it is the purples and the blues that have been the story of the kills right there. They got the blue to get the up throw at 140. I think that might have killed anyway, but I don't know. The blue was just an assurance. And then the purples off stage, again, they were a good pressure tool on shield, and they were just a big heavy projectile. They're like a shot put that Olimar lobs out there and just demolishes the recovery, because it's kind of a slower projectile, and that is something you have to respect when you're off stage, because it just occupies so much space for so much time.
I mean, I absolutely agree that Pikachu's gonna have an even tougher time coming back in, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised to just see maybe a little hat switch. I think this is a costume difference. You know, they're not picking the best part of the Pikachu skins.
Yeah. This is It's looking bad for St. John's. They are kind of struggling. I mean, it is important to mention they do have recourse. I mean, Mr. L can come back. Even if they do just manage to win with 1 stock each, there is still potential for their last player, most likely J Grunt, to come in and clean up house. And Army Ali, I do feel, is probably one of the strongest players on UT Arlington. I can't say that for certain, but they are, well, as you can see, they are dismantling, they're not quite dismantling, but they are boxing out the player that most people wake in their boots at the mere mention of.
Now when they come back into the fight, though, we'll have to see. Does this stage help one side or the other? I think that's something we haven't really talked too much also when it comes down in, and unfortunately that Pikachu's combo is going to be canceled out solely due to the Pigman, but forcefully playing on that edge is a dangerous game.
This closes the distance a lot, and while it does give Alamar a big old platform to control underneath of, you can really easily close that distance with Quick Attack, and as soon as you see them whiff that Pikmin, oh, they get out of that with the recall, I think? It looked like they just didn't take any knockback, and they were at 40%. That was shocking, to say the least. Quick Attack closes the distance, like I said, but Army Ali was ready for that, immediately reacting with the up smash.
Yep, just neat. Mr. L spending a lot of time wanting more to be in this air, as seen before, just trying to either take out these Pigmen but ends up getting hit by them accidentally, or just close the distance. That's what you see the recovery ability being used for, almost as if they are thunderclapping all around the stage. But Army Oil is adapting pretty well, though. It seems the straight-up headbutt is going to be the bigger problem in this fight. We do see...
That's a lot of pressure right there. The double purple. Oh, and they get the red out as well. Now here is the kicker. You have 2 enormous old projectiles that you can throw out pretty much whenever you want, and then the red they can stick on to burn Mr. L whenever they get a little too aggressive. It's long range and short range, and you get the yellow too. Now you're able to just chain purple throws across the stage. Ooh. Here we go. Down smash, going to send them off, but they're able to just slowly recover back. They end up losing one of the purples to that attack, but Mr. L going all the way off is able to finish them off with an edge guard. Ooh, getting pretty even now.
Look at this. Needing to just make that space. It's always interesting to see how they take these neutral fights, because even though they're always going to be the same setups, they end up having different outcomes. As we see the combo set looking to just guard them off the map, though the recovery is there and they're freely going to be able to return. Army's going to just try to just calm down and take that patience when it comes to the fight.
There we go. Down throw right there. Back air. Mr. L not looking to be out of this yet. Army Ali, for the time being, is perfectly comfortable to hold under that center platform, but they got the double purple set up back online. Pressures the shield, but it's not quite enough pressure, not quite enough stun to keep Mr. L locked down forever.
Absolutely right. Looking to just move back. Mr. L is losing a lot of space and time and is very much falling off the stage.
Unfortunate. Yeah, very unfortunate right there. But either way, now they're in position to maybe get the finisher right there. No! A beautiful up air right there as Army Ali ascends to protect them as they get back onto the stage.
You're absolutely right. Mr. L now down that stock. Definitely wants to be on this side. I mean, they're trying their best to, you know, bait the Pigmen over the edge, but it's just not working out, especially with 2 purple, and, you know, that's going to be knocking you back incredibly far. I think it's just looking good that you almost get the smash.
It's like a projectile tilt attack. That's really what it feels like when those purples are out. And it gets so much done. It's a tool you have to respect constantly. Finally, the dash attack will kill off the top, but Mr. L needs an explosive stock. We've seen Pikachu get them before. Can you get it now here on Smashville?
Definitely feel that Mr. L. I'm pretty sure one good grab could end it all, and that's why you see them on the edge, able to set up this combo, then run forward, get the grab, look for the aerial. However, they're moving around so much, Mr. L cannot focus on to one singular target, though we do see, look at that, The pigment saves them before they get hit by the Thunderbolt. And then the side tilt.
Ooh, you're avoiding that spike that time, but a nice bit of coverage right there as Army Ollie reads them going right on behind them and covers it. They go out for the spike, but they don't drift too far out, and that means they're in just prime position to get that forward smash, get that win under the board. Mr. L takes an L, and that means Army Ollie has more or less secured the victory of UT Arlington over St. John's.
I just want to point out how painful that last, stock kill was, solely from the fact that we saw Pikachu's, teeth grit itself, which is, really funny, at least to me, because it's the same face that I was making when that happened, and it just hurt. But a very impressive play coming in from Army. I think some people kind of forget how versatile the Pigman can be. It's almost like fighting up against a slower, more patient Shulk.
Oh no!
What is he?
Oh, that's the Kilomiles classic right there. Using your double jump right as you run off the stage by accident. Oh, I feel for Mr. L. That's brutal, and that's just a bit of input delay too. You try and jump before you run off the stage, but you're not used to the delay. It hurts, but hey.
I wouldn't hit on land.
Nah. It is what it is. But regardless, even if there weren't those little mistakes, Army Ollie was still keeping it clean, and there's a good chance they were probably still going to win that, as 15-14, or to 4, UT Arlington has run away with this. There's only one player left, and even with a perfect game, you're not winning this. UT Arlington, the team to watch here in EGF. They have come in swinging those Pikmin around, swinging all sorts of stuff around, and they have not let up whatsoever.
I mean, they were just ready to bring the victory, and it took everything out of them. St. John's had some shining points. Maybe it's just the fact that there's so many Pikachus. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all. However, I think each Pikachu had their own style and specialty. However, not able to confirm the kills did hurt in the end.
It did certainly hurt quite a bit, Intel, as we do have J Grunt coming in. Now, I had talked about, Mr. L, undefeated, blah, 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 blah. You know who isn't undefeated? Or who is also undefeated? J Grunt, 8-0, 4-0 so far as of the last time I updated these. I don't know their exact match count, but they do not lose. However,
that's a bold
the same
statement.
could have been said for Mr. L. Doesn't come in as much, but Mr. L hadn't lost either. So, going up against Davy's Pokemon trainer, J Grunt on this Greninja will have to try and get some more points on the board for St. John's.
I know. I mean, this is a Pokemon battle on the Pokemon Stadium. It's meta if I've ever seen one. The Greninja is looking to stop this Squirtle from going too far. A fast characters in their own right. Poor Davy, not really getting too much. Able to switch over to the Ivysaur. You don't have the type advantage in this game. However, you do have that slight range and versatility.
That's not a move you see used often, but it does get a bit of damage chunked on. And right now, you can see J Grunt just sweeping under every time Davy tries to land. Now they're in disadvantage, so they're trying to get under. But the sweep is the way I like to think of Greninja. They sweep under with the down tilt, they sweep under with the dash attack, and once they do that, they pop you up, you're in prime position for a follow. Seeing the DI away, J Grunt doesn't overextend, instead they just wait for the forward smash there, now going for the Gimp, but a nice high recovery on the Charizard to save him.
Man, I respect the Charizard being able to pump in that damage similar to the Incineroar, though not as classic. It just seems J Grunt is ready, though not winning. Gonna be making sure that they have less of a chance to make it to any form of playoffs.
It's possible. Ooh, gets the drag down right there, but good tech from Davy saves him from the immediate follow-up. J Grunt, however, I love the use of that water shuriken right there. They're just baiting out an option, and another slow-moving projectile, a multi-hit no less, that you have to respect. That time, you could see J Grunt went right back to ledge, calling out, hey, you gotta recover high again? But no, Davy keeps the mix-up game going. The rock, paper, scissors trade-off continues.
Look at this, just taking their time. J Grunt very much on the reactive, trying to do their best. But look at the grab being able for the slam. Though we see the Fire trying to just guard. The Greninja has more than enough resources to be able to get back on the stage and deal the damage that you tried with that air hit. Charizard's in a dangerous spot, but the Fire Charge is more than enough to get the kill.
To be honest, I'm shocked that didn't beat that out. But either way, that is a huge call out right there. Unfortunately, J-Grunt's probably not going to fall for that twice. Now you've got to get a big stock with this Squirtle, and this is a great way to start using that down air. Would love to see a little more Nair to try and extend that, but instead, they just use that Shell Rush. They're going to be getting some good guaranteed damage there, punishing that out. The drag down. Oh, it's the weight right there. They know that you can't be too aggressive at a shield.
You're absolutely right. Look at that, the Shuriken able to save for a tiny bit as we see the trying to just hold them off the edge. Ivysaur, though, that's what they thrive on, just hoping to play in this mid-range to be able to hit you with that Vine Whip, Bullet Seed, and eventually knock you off this platform, though. Falling off and even trading in this distance, it just seems they're able to land these hits. The Greninja's not fully reacting, but now getting the setups.
Oh, that's a big air dodge read.
Oh!
You're not quite clean on the punish, and so with a fast fall up air, you're able to steal that stock away. Now this is very doable for Davey if you get that one big opening. Squirtle is infamous for these amazing high percent combos, 35% already just from that one little exchange. But here's a confirm, but you misread the direction, and now because of that, Davey, surviving for now.
That's be extremely careful. Davey really just wants to confirm this kill as fast as possible. May need to switch to the Charizard for it as they juke each other, never wanting to go a little bit too close. We see the slam go through. Having to have these recoveries is essential as the Ivysaur looks to get that up air, but not being able to fully land. Manages to slamp down, go to the Charizard now, looking to use the stomp to try to break through. That grab now missing out slightly through. Both of these shields being absolutely essential just to be able to break forward, but if the Charizard gets the back air, it's going to be all over even with the air swipe. Greninja is struggling to find anything as the Charizard is one massive threat, and they just stand there hugging each other until the back air, front air, whatever you want to call it, lands, missing out on the follow-up. It just, the Greninja's gonna be having the edge until the Charizard comes back in, still looking to be able to come back up.
Ooh, can they survive this? Careful. Playing under this platform. The up throw, is it gonna do it? Oh no! They're gonna be sent straight off the top with all that rage, all that percent. There's no way you're living that. And J-Grunt gets clutched upon. That is more points on the board for UT Arlington. Davey, clutch right there. Refusing to give up, even when it looked like they were completely over and out. What were they going for right there? Maybe, okay, so they down tilted the shield, tried to go for the punish, but that was a great dash forward shield, and that meant this forward air was not anywhere near properly spaced. You were not expecting them to dash forward and shield. You thought they were just staying where they were.
This game is the finest word of rigged I've ever seen. That Greninja landed so many hits. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they come in with a burning passion, but we see instantly the match goes in. They don't want to waste any time as that Squirtle comes back out, looking to just make up that damage before the switch to the Ivysaur. Unfortunately, the Greninja not really having that effectiveness, especially with the parry. We see it go through.
Well, looking for that 2-frame right there, but not overcommitting. Not when Greninja is on ledge right that. Could get a ledge hop up there. The Nair, though, great opener. Puts them all stage, and you get the jump out of there. You're able to snipe the tether, too. Charizard not able to get back. The water gun puts them away, but, they're not quite able to get that counter. Perfect distance for them. Though Davey, I think, is thanking their lucky stars for that one.
Look at this, a beautiful flamethrower slowly just loosen them up, but not really reacting afterwards. Just kind of falls through, getting that stock taken pretty convincingly. So now J-Grunt is more on the back foot as they're the ones with the higher percentage, not able to use that Shuriken fast enough. Davey, though, is back onto the Ivysaur, hoping to just get these grabs and hopefully, more than anything, just force them off the stage, especially getting so close.
Now, that could have been it right there. Looking for that down air spike. Right there from ledge, it's perfectly safe to go that. J-Grunt needs to be careful about even just going right to ledge. As you can see, just throwing out these tilt attacks at 100%. They know they're fine. They're forcing a regrab, but because they hit them, they're going to get invulnerability once again. Throwing them off finally gets the kill. It's even.
I mean, that was 3 grabs just to confirm that kill. Incredible struggle. But look at this. Davey just comes back in, hoping to do that damage. Uses the water gun, forces them off, though they get a second to return back into the fight when they switch over to Ivysaur. This is going back and forth. It's going the extra distance.
Oh, you get the landing right there. Ooh, that's a very, very powerful little shuriken right there to reset that situation. Look at them. They're playing completely from the corner, and yet they're still managing to make it look even. Finally, they get out, but they're trapped in a combo as soon as they escape that little purgatory.
Yep. Now look, we see the Ivysaur go onto the back. Wait, Greninja almost falling off. That was incredibly dangerous. You don't want to be losing a stock like that. As we see Davey make sure that it happens.
Ooh, and look at this. This is coming in clutch. This is coming in clutch. J-Grunt is down. And remember, I'm pretty sure they're undefeated right now. They're playing for their honor as well. As, ooh, cleaving right through that shield. They're able to stay safe, though. That's a very aggressive counter, though. It's going to be punished. 34% for your troubles. And you get called out on your landing, too. This is getting worse and worse.
Spacing themselves impressively. Just look at that. Able to counter out these hits. Still, though, J-Grunt doesn't want to give up any type of room. Wants to go as forward as fast. It's a grab. Looking for that combo. But the switch! It comes out just fast enough, and it seems to be benefiting. Able to get that up air back onto the stage, though we know what the Charizard is capable of. However, we won't be seeing it as the Squirtle immediately comes back, and then the Ivysaur is going to be used.
Well, missing that tech chase right there. You're going to bite yourself for that one, as then you get caught by the vines. Oh, the Flame Breath at ledge is going to force another ledge grab situation. Just more damage on the board for Davey. Now, we'll get the up B out of shield. Is that enough? Carrying you straight to the top and then finishing you off. J-Grunt falling to the new Titans emerging. UT Arlington. Keep your eyes on them. Keep your ears to the ground, because they're not going anywhere.
I mean, continuously throughout this fight, it felt like it was going back and forth, but the Charizard gave the edge. That's what makes Pokemon Trainer such a favorite when it comes down to this community. Flame Charge. We got to see it once, but then the grabs, the smashes, everything about Charizard is just that character you use when you need to confirm the kill, while Ivysaur, definitely when you're struggling to get that distance. But even the Squirtle was highly impressive. I think you say it best when we need to be paying attention to that team. I mean, who knows what they'll have in the future. They may have lost a couple rounds, but that doesn't look like it's going to hurt them too much.
Yeah, not at all, not at all. Overall, just incredibly impressive play. And even though, like, I have to appreciate how Davey kept their cool. And I like the way that Davey will do pretty much anything that they needed to put pressure on J-Grunt. Even if it wasn't, like, actually getting you much reward. Like, the Flame Breath at ledge, like, that did maybe 5% overall. They got the regrab and they got off ledge, but it made them uncomfortable. It forced them into a weird situation, and that sort of weird situation is the kind of move that makes you run in and dash attack or down tilt their shield, or try to down tilt but dash attack instead because you're in such a rush. That is what gets you right there, and that is what got them in the end. 19-4, UT Arlington taking it over St. John's University.
I mean, that was an impressive showcase. The dimension around me has now stabilized, and it seems we're going to be getting closer to our final destination, as well as, if I do correct me if I'm wrong, these matches have been going so back and forth. That Blosh Strike, that was our last fight.
Yeah, for this one anyway, but we do have one more match after this. But before we get to that, we do have one little interview with UT Arlington to get a little more insight into how they are feeling coming into the EGF. So don't go anywhere. We'll be hearing from UT Arlington in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back from the break, everybody. We are here getting in an interview with Davey from UT Arlington, who just clutched out that victory towards the end. How you doing, Davey?
I'm doing good.
Hey, very good to hear that. And what a performance you all just put on, upset one of the better teams in the EGF. And I do want to ask you all, you had told us you all get plenty of practice with the other amazing Smash teams and just Smash players in general in Texas. So is there any sense of like, I guess, community competition between the players too?
In Texas?
Specifically for your team, but hey, in Texas too.
Wait, you mean like within each other?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, we all just kind of just do what you gotta do. You know, just play whenever we're told to play.
Okay.
No, I definitely respect that. So, you know, you guys have had an impressive showing at this match, and definitely. So, you know, I'm kind of curious. I saw some big plays there. How much of that is like practice versus improvise? I don't know how often players, you know, go into the training mode and then they just practice the same thing again and again and again. Sometimes I wonder, do you guys just make it up on the spot?
Well, I wouldn't say that in particular. Well, it's definitely not practice. I don't think any of us really go in training mode ever, but it's mainly just experience. You know, the more you play, the more you pick up on, and you recognize certain patterns that repeat.
Yeah, I mean, I do completely understand that experience. I mean, I know a lot of you have been playing for a while. Like, I remember I saw Army Ollie in a tournament a while ago, and at that time, like 2 years ago, it's like, oh yeah, I've been playing Smash for like 9 years. Like, how long would you say all your team have been playing Smash?
Curry and Army specifically, I think Curry's been playing since Brawl. Yeah, they're old people. Or Curry's old. Phenom's been playing since Brawl. He didn't play today, but he's our Fox player. He's been playing since Brawl. Most of us has been playing since Smash 4, and I think Smoke or Pikachu is brand new to Ultimate. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, even brand new and still taking names. That's impressive.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And you know, going into the future, how do you feel your team is doing, especially with today's performance?
I mean, I want to be humble because sometimes there are teams that may catch us off guard, but you know, we're pretty much undefeated right now. I feel pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you have every reason to, and I mean, I don't mean to put pressure on you, but I'm expecting big things, not just because, oh, I'm putting expectations. No, you've only done big things so far, and
yeah,
I just expect more of the same. But with that, I just want to wish you luck with those big things, and thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And, well, thank you again, and we are going to be going off to a little bit of a break. When we get back, we have one last match for you tonight. And, well, it's going to be a nice little one to end off the night with. So grab some tea, grab some, I don't know, midnight snacks, and then come back for some more collegiate Smash action in just a little bit.